Hi, Mayor.
Good morning, Joe.
How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
What a weekend here in Quincy again this past weekend.
Yes, both from the weather viewpoint, but also from the events. Really was a terrific weekend. A lot of great goodwill and feedback on, obviously, the big day up at Pageant and Adams Field with the balloons, the Hot Air Balloon Festival. But even before that, I was at the Roll Hats event at the stadium, Quincy High, put together where they have several games, and really a spirit day for the school at the stadium was pretty remarkable. But yeah, we had thousands show up for the Hot Air Balloon Festival. It was tricky to navigate. The traffic was challenging, but police did a good job keeping everybody safe. And the light show, just phenomenal. Something you normally don't see around here, so it was extra special for sure. And I've got nothing but positive comments about that. And then, of course, on Sunday we had the Palooza at Kilroy's with the Cartoons and then Dick and Jane playing. I was there for a while as well, and good crowds, and it helps the restaurants and the bar rooms of the square as well. So good stuff, really good stuff.
Yeah, it's just never ending because there's more coming up on this Saturday. It's kind of the first, I guess, Heritage Day in the city.
Yes, this is Bob Damon's idea, and he's put together a lot of volunteers, which would really be terrific because we have so many historical assets in Quincy, and they're closed a lot of the year. But on this day, on Saturday, they'll all be open. They'll all be manned for tours, and people forget what we have in our own backyard. So I hope people take advantage of it and get out and check out some of the great historical sites we have. So I thank Bob for his work and all the volunteers. Working with obviously Ed Fitzgerald and Alexander Elliott, the Historical Society, and Marion Peak at the team at the Park Service, and Al Beener at the rail. Well, not the rail site, but that'll be one of the sites. But the Quarry Museum, the folks at the Southern Tide Mill. I mean, on and on. There's so many terrific places in Quincy that people probably drive by all the time and never even think about it, Joe.
Yeah, guilty as charged, absolutely. I've done the same thing for sure. And I always find that when I have friends that I take to visit some of these sites in Quincy, I see them again for the first time. It helps you to see through their eyes these sites that you take for granted.
Oh, absolutely. The Dorothy Quincy House is also a great take. I know Paula Pierce and the Dames, they do a great job.
Yeah.
It's owned by the state, but they're the ones that open it up and kind of run it. And we've spent some serious community preservation money down on that site, both on the Hancock Carriage, but also on the building itself. So, again, it's another great spot. So there's so many to pick from. Cities and towns around the state, they'd love to have one or two. We have, many, many. I forget the number off the top of my head, but it's at least a dozen.
Yeah. The Josiah Quincy House up in Wollaston is another great take as well.
Yep.
The historic Hancock Cemetery will be open for tours too, so that's always an interesting take too. So plenty to do for sure, and it's free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It plays beautifully into the 400 and the 250th we're going into.
Right.
Both of them really accentuating our history, and there's no embellishment. Quincy's got it all. It's all real. It's good stuff.
While we're on the topic, Mayor, any update on the plans for the Adams Presidential Center / Performing Arts Center you can share with us?
Well, I know that the selection committee for the architect has narrowed it down, and I believe there's 3 or 4 of them. I forget them off the top of my head, but they will be submitting, some not in the Shrek form, but something a little bit more in detail, what they would envision for such a building. And then the committee will go through those and rate those and pick one of the architects they'll recommend to me.
Okay, so that's the next step in the process?
That's the next step.
Okay.
And, that's, until we really get something together with, it doesn't have to be not even close to final design, but some conceptuals, some layouts, floor plates, size, stories, entrances, to get a better feel for it. Then we can begin making real decisions on size of the building and what's appropriate, what the square footage ought to be, what it needs to be, both for the Performing Arts Center, but also for the Adams Presidential Center. And as I said, we're looking for the city to be the lead on it. That the Adams Presidential Center would pay for their own build out of their space. But the Performing Arts Center is definitely a city facility. So that's why it just made sense. Maybe put them together, put them in the same building. We're not duplicating efforts. There's synergy there. Certainly APC would be probably wanting to use the Performing Arts Center for various functions, lectures, and other programming. So I think it'll work well. But we're making progress. But the board meets, the APC board, which I'm not a member of, but they meet on a regular basis. They are under Kurt Graham, the leadership with the folks working on that side. Joe Dunford is chairing the board, leading the board, and there's a lot of things happening there without a building. A lot of programming, a lot of educational programming that's happening. So it's moving forward. We're not waiting for structure. The APC group is moving forward, doing some good stuff.
Has a location been determined yet?
Well, we're looking at a couple of locations, one of which is the Monroe Building next to City Hall, as a potential. But again, until the architects can give us something more to go on as far as floor plates and size and to see where it would best fit.
Okay. Mayor, has any news to report on appointing a fraud, I guess it's a fraud prevention liaison? Is that the actual title of the new position?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes, I've actually asked Quincy resident Cheryl Bambury, who is the director of the Are You OK program at the Sheriff's Department in the county. She's worked with seniors her whole career, and she's agreed to accept the position. So the starting date hasn't been determined, but I think she'd be an excellent match for what we're looking to do, connecting with the seniors on all these challenges of scams that are out there, as we've talked about before, Joe. It's maddening when I see people taking advantage of our seniors, what little they may have left, and so I think it's an important position, someone that can work, with seniors, get out ahead of it, the information needed. Don't fall for this, don't fall for that. If somebody, tries to do something, call somebody, call the police even. So I think she's a perfect fit for it. So looking forward to that.
Oh, will she be leaving the sheriff's office for the position?
Yes, she will.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And what will her kind of responsibilities or duties be on a daily basis?
Well, again, coming up with programming, being proactive, getting into all the senior buildings, perhaps issuing a monthly or bi-monthly or some information out there what seniors should watch for. Continually communicate with people, so we try to stay ahead of folks that, if they do get that crazy call, then they've got the information that they know what to do. And so, I mean, she's done a phenomenal job at the county in that role. So I think she's probably got a lot of ideas, working with Michelle Hanley and the team down at the Senior Center. So anything and everything we do in that area will, keep seniors from being sucked into these awful scams. So more detail to follow when she comes on board.
Where will her office be located?
In the Senior Center, and that'll be up to Michelle to work that out.
Sure. We want to be part of that to help her get her message out here at QATV as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
Happy to help her with that as well. Appreciate your time as always, Mayor. Great to talk to you.
Same here. Enjoy the day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch, our weekly City Hall update here on AM Quincy.